So the old Pontiac doesn't have a hood emblem on it, so I'm gonna make my way and seal this one. Hopefully it fits. I know it's not the right one for the car, whatever this is. It shouldn't have that, but it's pretty ritzy, so I'm gonna try it on the car. So I'm just gonna take that off and see how she fits. Okay, I marked out this grill. This is that hood ornament I got off that Pontiac the other day. It's not quite right. I think I got to do a little bit of trimming on here, but I'm gonna be committed here, and I'm actually gonna drill some holes in here and see if it works. Time will tell. All right, enough procrastinating here. Gonna actually get this window glass all figured out. So what I do is I just use a piece of this sheet. I don't know what that is. It's like 1/8 inch wood. And I kind of mock them up and trace them out. So I guess you can watch me do that and I'll get an idea of how that goes. Now the next one we're going to do, I'm going to do the wing window. Hopefully they're the same side to side, but I'll make one and then I'll see if they fit. So what I normally do, these ones are easy because, well, this comes out, so it's quite a bit easier. I do a rough measurement of the glass, or what I want for glass. So I know from here is like, it's about 10 1/4. It should be straight up, and then we are 7 3/4. So no, it's like 10 by 7 3/4. So I'm just going to start with a super rough measurement like that. So then I'll measure that out over there. 7 3/4 and 10. See if I can actually remember that. I do a super rough measurement. Cut it way too big and then I trim it down. I could do it with cardboard, but I save a step, I think. In my head I do. Whoops. That's why I don't have nice things. Keep wrecking them. So that's a super rough measurement of what I got going on. But because of that, it's got to get glued in there. I'll probably upsize this thing a hair. I'm going to do that, trace that around, and I'm going to cut it out on the bandsaw. So I'm just going to do a very blind trace here. So I haven't cleaned this up or anything yet. All I'm going to do is just scoop her in there and see how close we are. Oh, how about that, eh? That doesn't happen very often. Okay. So with that said, let's see if we're on the money there with this. Not bad. It should be a hair bit longer. It needs to be like back here. But I might just do that with tape because it doesn't have to be that accurate. It's just for the glass shop. Okay, so I got driver's wing window is cut. passenger one is cut. I had to cut it separate because the shape is not 100% the same as the other side, which is, I don't know, when you chop cars, that's kind of normal. It's very rare that everything's going to be 100% the same side to side. There wasn't very much difference. There's just a little length. I had to add a little more length on this one, I think. I can't remember. Oh no, I needed a little more on top. So something about the shape up here that was a little different. That's what it was. So I got that done. In case I didn't show, I have the back one is done. They're exactly the same side to side. So they're flip. All the glass, I'm just gluing the glass in the car. I'm not doing the rubber molding stuff. So now I'm going to measure up the door glass. So you haven't seen, I've taken the channels out already and cleaned them all out. So I'll be able to put these on and then roll the window up and down. I have the felts are actually pretty good still. They're not great, but they're good. They're usable for the window. So I'll be able to put it all together, roll the wood up and down, and yeah, I'll know that when I get the glass cut, it's going to fit. So that's why I stopped doing cardboard. I just did this, and I just kind of went through all the motions of the windows, and then I knew stuff was going to work in the end. So now I'm going to measure this out so I can cut my template. Okay, what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to measure my opening and just a rough up and down, because the window will still roll up and down the door the same, even though it's 4 inches shorter. So technically, if I had the original glass, it might work, but it most likely wouldn't. So what I'm doing is I can still see the channel inside there to here. So I'm just doing a rough measurement on that. I'll fix it as I go. But from here, it looks like about 22. That might be too tight, but I'm going to try it. 22, let's put about 2 inches of glass in the door. So we'll make it 1 foot by 22. We'll start with that and then we'll make the shape. So the benefit I got here is normally this is the whole window track comes out, but on this car it just comes out the top half. So that's a win. So what I can do now, I can actually stab this into place roughly about where it's got to go. So that's kind of a decent little feature for me there. So now I am just going to do a rough mark on my glass. I think that's like straight. Nope, not so much. I should leave this straight up like that. Okay. There we go. Let's try that again. So I've done my rough template. I'll do my typical where I add a little bit of meat on it, but because I want to use this full length, I want to keep the top where it's at. So I'll trace that, cut it, test fit it, see if it works. So I'll show you what you can't see. See right here we got a nice big old gap, but it's hitting over in this corner. So what I'm basically going to do is trace off I'll do this in small chunks until I can get the glass to do what I want it to do. So everything looks good so far. And that fits. It's a little tight here. Not good. Sorry guys, this is hard to hold one hand and film. So I can tell I'm tight here. I don't have room for my fuzzy in there. So I'm going to trim this some more. I want to get at least this much gap all the way around. I hope you can see that. There's a bit of a gap, and I got to get that all the way around on there. So I'm going to mark this with my Sharpie again and trim her up some more. I find the easiest way to trim it is just using an air sander. Okay. See what the survey says. Come on, baby. There we go. Mint. It's perfect. This side worked out just the same as the other side. Ends up it's same glass, so hey, I did something right. That's a win. So I got to do 2 of these, 2 backs, and now I just got to mock up the windshield template, and I think I can drop these off tomorrow. So I got rough template. We've been through this a couple times already. Pretty much just going to give myself a rough shape here so I can get it pretty close. I'll just zip that in the bandsaw quick. I'll be right back. All right. Okay. So the driver's side's in. Not very good, but it's in. Just have some tape holding it in place. Now I'll set the passenger sides in, because I think I got to trim this one. I'm sure I have to trim this one. Like 100% I got to trim this one. So. We're close. Just got to cut off that little bit, and I should have a perfectly V-butt glass. So I've trimmed this up. It's all cleaned up. Just set that in there. We're good. We got some breathing room between the two, so I'm just going to do some clear silicone. That's how I'm going to seal that up. I'm going to urethane the glass in. Yeah. So I think we're good to go. So I don't know why I put that off so long. I've done this lots of times. It's not really that hard. One comment though, let's see if you can see this. If you're doing the side glass, try to always round your corners. When you bring it to the glass shop, they'll clean them up nice. I found if I leave a sharp edge, it'll catch your felt and then kind of tear it. So if you kind of can round your edges a hair bit, you'd think the glass shop would do it, but at least the one I go to, they don't, unless I specifically say that. So this is a win. So I'm going to put 2 on these, 2 on the back. Maybe I'll try to cut my wing windows because I do have some old glass. Might give it a whirl. Let's see if I got enough good glass in there that I can make something. Let's see what happens here. I'm pretty sure there's enough good glass I can actually make these wing windows. This I think is the front window out of a Chevy, an old 50s Chevy pickup. Gotta put something underneath though. If you can cut the regular glass, this laminate is pretty much just an extra step. Gotta cut both sides and then just heat the laminate material. Oh yeah, this is gonna be fine. Okay, what you're gonna need for this, pair of good gloves, a pail for your shards of glass cutter. I don't know, these are some weird pliers I found. They seem to clamp even, so I don't know. I like them for cutting glass. Some safety specs and a torch. Oh, and a good Sharpie so you can trace these out. Okay, so I've lined these up. There you go, that's one. Should do this one to the edge, just cause. This edge is a little wonky, so I don't really want to mess with it. So you can see here, you can see. So basically, what I got to first do is get rid of the excess. So you just use a regular glass cutter. You should put some oil on it. They tend to work better that way. But this part's not very important. That part's easy. The hard part is tracing that. You want to try to stay right on that same line. So I don't know. Let's see if I can get you in there. There, you can kind of see that scar mark. So I'm trying to hit the same one. You see my pinstriping, so. That's not too bad. And now, if things work right, you kind of just, you'll kind of hear the edge, and you'll actually see a line kind of going across. Oh, there it goes, see? I like to flip when I do the other side. Oh, there we go. That's where you want your specs. So now there's that laminate. See, now it's actually broken. You can actually play with it a little bit back and forth. So the old days, I guess people would put rubbing alcohol on here and light it up, but nowadays we got torches. So, oh, I forgot an important part. We need a razor blade. You need one of those. Okay. So now all you're doing is you're just heating the crack to get the glue loose. There's probably a right or wrong to do this. I'm pretty good at doing it wrong. My success rate isn't that great, but I'll walk this to the edge. You can actually see how this glass actually just walks back and forth now. So now I'll just pry it down, and then all you got to do is do the slightest cut inside there. And ta-da! So, put that out of the way. Now let's separate these two, so we'll just repeat that. Doing nothing very accurate right now because I'm just going big in case I screw up. I can just junk it right away. That sucker did it all by itself. So I think that one cracked. Go to this side. Come on, buddy. There we go. Ooh, see that? It's kind of weird, eh? How you can just play with glass like that. So now I just put this to the edge. See, you can kind of, oh, just play with it like that, eh? Then run the knife through there. There we go. Now we got two pieces. Just like that. So now we'll just work one at a time till I get this happening. This takes a little more finessing, but it's the same idea. I just try to work it in straight workable pieces. Like, you can do a curve, it works. My success rate isn't great, but anyways, let's do this one first. Oh, see, that was really off. A lot of that. Oh, see, I forgot to crack it already. This is smaller. This is where I'll use my pliers. I'm gonna have to get you in there because you'll see what I mean. This time, you just actually watch that crack spin. Then when you get it. When you actually get it, when the glass is actually bust, you can actually wiggle it. It's pretty weird. Wait till you put some heat in it. Watch how much you can wiggle it now. Oh, look at that, eh? Crazy. Okay. Excess in the bucket. So I can probably do this one with a little bit of this curve. Oh, I think I screwed this one up. That'll be a tough one to trace. I'll try it. Not one of my best. I'm sure asking biting off a lot there. Well, that one went. It went. Whew. That's a close one. I won't do a big bite like that again. Usually when I screw up, I get greedy. I get greedy and then I break it. Now I'll just do a straight cut across here. Some people might be able to do this all in one kind of a swoop, but I can't. Let me see if I can show you on the camera here. Can you actually focus on that? I don't know if you can see that. You get this crack started. Nope. Can't show it on there. Just ever the slightest pressure up. There you go. You see how that crack's going? That one didn't do what I wanted it to do though. That's what happens when I try to cut curved glass. I get a little tracer like that, and then it usually is going the wrong way and it screws up my piece. But being that this is junk glass, it doesn't matter. It's perfect to practice on. So you can see we're getting closer. I don't know, can't really see the template, but it's almost there. We got a little ways to go here. I don't know if I should speed this up or not, or leave this as a super long video, but let's see if I can zoom you in here. Oh yeah, there you go. Look at that. Let me try this one. You know your limits. I don't know mine. Okay. See if I can really zoom you in there, see if you can see. Nope. That's all the zoom I got. I know I've got that side bust. I don't know about this side. You'll know when you get it. You'll know when you're there. You can see the glass just does that little flex thing. Give her a little bit of heat. Pry it away a bit. You don't really want to pull on the laminate, otherwise it does some weird stuff to the glass. You'll notice it'll start to separate after a while. If you pull that laminate, you get these weird little bubbles in there. I don't know if you can see that. There's a little bubble anyways, but that's if you pull on it, so you shouldn't do that. So I'm doing this all in manageable curves. I'm sure other people can do more of a curve, especially a glass cutter. Somebody that knows what they're doing? I don't. I watched the video and then I figured I could do it myself. Flat glass, I got a pretty good success rate. Curved stuff, not so much. So we're almost there. Then we gotta smooth this up. It's actually going really well. I don't even need to heat this one up. So there you go. It's pretty close. Oop, not to that one. Pretty close to that one. I just got to sand it up. So what I'll use to clean up the edges is a d.i.y. I think I got, what have I got here? 120. Actually, I use more coarse most of the time, but. Well, there you have it. Not bad. Well, seeing how I got my wings done, I just need to do 2 passenger, 2 back window, and my front glass, so save myself a few bucks. Show you how the glass fit. It's not too shabby. Fits pretty good. That's passenger side. Look at the driver's side. Pretty snazzy. So I just, I need 6 pieces of glass, and she's golden. She's getting there. So I think I'm gonna do that tomorrow, and I'll do my measurement down there. I'm gonna get a piece of stainless or aluminum just to cap the bottom of the running board. I got my fancy emblem on, and I didn't get to the light tonight. But it's getting closer. I think this video is pretty long at this point, so I think we'll call it a night. Thanks for watching. Catch you around. Nico, he's kind of working on his truck. So this one, I don't really know the details other than he's doing a Cummins swap on it.
The next day,
he's building a pretty big truck here. If that's any judgment, this is me standing beside it. Well, look at that. I think these are 37-inch tires, so gives you an idea. Anyways, I don't know what year this is. 60s Ford. Could this be like a 67 maybe, or a Mercury? But he's putting it on a first gen Cummins, non-intercooled, 5-speed. So it doesn't fit too bad. It's tall though. Holy Dinah. It's not going to be a small pickup when she's done.